Hello everyone, warm welcome to Illusia My Class. We offer quality education with future technologies. It is my privilege to introduce our senior faculty member, Mr. Jithin Vas MJ. He is a highly enthusiastic biology teacher specialized in competitive examination training with more than a decade of teaching experience in different states of India. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Students, today we are going to discuss about the topics nervous system, brain, spinal cord and neurons. So, let's start with neural system. Do you know what is neural system? Neural system is the most complex and organized part of an animal's body that coordinates the behavior and transmits the signals between different body areas. Nervous system is the center of all mental activity, including thought, learning, and memory. Together with the endocrine system, the neural system is responsible for regulating and maintaining homeostasis. Homeostasis is the state of constant internal environment despite of changing external environment. Now, let us see the neural system in depth. The neural system of all animals is composed of highly specialized cells called neurons. Neurons can detect, receive, and transmit different kind of stimuli. The neural organization is very simple in lower invertebrates. For example, in Hydra, it is composed of network of neurons. The neural system is better organized in insects, where a brain is present along with a number of ganglia and neural tissues. The vertebrates have more developed neural system. What are the functions of neural system? At the most basic level, the function of the nervous system is to send signals from one cell to others or from one part of the body to others. There are multiple ways that a cell can send signals to other cells. One is by releasing chemicals called hormones into the internal circulation so that they can diffuse to distant sites. In contrast to this broadcast mode of signaling, the nervous system provides point-to-point signals. Neurons project their axons to specific target areas and make synaptic connections with specific target cells. Thus, neural signaling is capable of much higher level of specificity than hormonal signaling. It is also much faster. The fastest nerve signals travel at a speed that exceeds 100 meters per second. At a more interactive level, the primary function of the nervous system is to control the body. It does this by extracting information from the environment using sensory receptors, sending signals that encode this information into the central nervous system, processing the information to determine an appropriate response, and sending output signals to muscles or glands to activate the response. The evolution of a complex nervous system has made it possible for various animal species to have advanced perception, abilities such as vision, complex social interactions, rapid coordination of organ systems, and integrated processing of concurrent signals. In humans, the sophistication of the nervous system makes it possible to have language, abstract representation of concepts, transmission of culture, and many other features of human society that would not exist without the human brain. What is human neural system? Human nervous system is the part of human body that coordinates a person's voluntary and involuntary actions and transmit the signals between different parts of the body. The human nervous system consists of two main parts, the central nervous system CNS and the peripheral nervous system PNS. The CNS consists of brain and spinal cord. Let us now discuss about the brain. The brain is one of the most important, largest and central organ of the human nervous system. It is the control unit of the nervous system, which helps us in discovering new things, remembering and understanding, making decisions, and a lot more. It is enclosed within the skull, which provides frontal, lateral, and dorsal protection. The human brain is composed of three major parts: forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. Forebrain, the anterior part of the brain. It consists of cerebrum, hypothalamus, and thalamus. Midbrain, the smaller and the central part of the brainstem. It consists of tectum and tegmentum. Hindbrain, the lower part of the brain. It is composed of cerebellum, medulla, and pons. Spinal cord. The spinal cord is a cylindrical bundle of nerve fibers and associated tissues enclosed within the spine and connects all parts of the body to the brain. It begins in continuation with the medulla and extends downwards. It is enclosed in a bony cage called vertebral column and surrounded by membranes called as meninges. The spinal cord is concerned with spinal reflex actions and conduction of nerve impulses to and from the brain. We are now going to discuss about peripheral nervous system. Peripheral nervous system PNS is the lateral part of the nervous system that develops from the central nervous system, which connects different parts of the body with the CNS. The PNS comprises of all the nerves of the body associated with the CNS. The nerve fibers of the PNS are of two types: efferent fibers and efferent fibers. Efferent nerve fiber transmit impulses from the tissues or organs to the CNS. The efferent fibers transmits the regulatory impulses from the CNS to the concerned peripheral tissues or organs. The PNS is divided into two divisions called somatic neural system and autonomic neural system. Somatic neural system, essence, it is the neural system that controls the voluntary actions in the body by transmitting impulses from the CNS to the skeletal muscle cells. It consists of somatic nerves. Autonomic neural system, ANS. The autonomic neural system is involved in involuntary actions like regulation of physiological functions, digestion, respiration, salivation, etc. It is a self-regulating system which conveys the impulses from the CNS to the smooth muscles and involuntary organs, heart, bladder, pupil. The autonomic neural system can be further subdivided into sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic system initiates the fight or flight response, such as increases heartbeat, muscle tense up. Sympathetic system has shorter neuron pathways, hence a faster response time. The parasympathetic system initiates the rest and digest or feed and breed responses, such as reduces heartbeat, muscle relaxes. The parasympathetic nervous system has comparatively longer neuron pathways, hence a slower response time. What are neurons? Neurons or nerve cells are information messengers. They use the electrical impulses and chemical signals to transmit information between different areas of the brain and between brain and rest of the nervous system. Neurons are typically classified into three types based on the function. Sensory neurons, they respond to stimuli such as touch, sound or light that affects the cells of the sensory organs, and they send signals to the spinal cord or brain. Motor neurons receive the signals from the brain and spinal cord to control everything from muscle contractions to glandular output. Interneurons connect the neurons to other neurons within the same region or the brain or the spinal cord. Now let's talk about neurons. Neuron is a microscopic structure composed of three major parts: cell body, dendrites and axon. Cell body contains cytoplasm with typical cell organelles and certain granular bodies called Nissls granules. Dendrites are short fibers which branch repeatedly and project out of the cell body and also contains Nissls granules. These fibers transmit impulses towards the cell body. Axon is a long fiber, the distal end of which is branched. Each branch terminates as a bulb-like structure called synaptic knob, which possesses synaptic vesicles containing chemicals called neurotransmitters. The axon transmits nerve impulses away from the cell body to a synapse or to a neuromuscular junction. There are two types of axons, namely myelinated and non-myelinated. Myelinated nerve fibers are enveloped with Schwann cells, which form a myelin sheath around the axon. The gaps between two adjacent myelin sheaths are called nodes of Ranvier. Myelinated nerve fibers are found in spinal cord and cranial nerves. Non-myelinated nerve fiber is enclosed by Schwann cell that does not form a myelin sheath around the axon and is commonly found in autonomous and somatic neural systems. Based on this, let's move on to some questions. Question number 1. What are synaptic vesicles discharge at the neuromuscular junction? Option A, acetylcholine. B, adrenaline. Option C, estradiol. D, testosterone. Answer is acetylcholine. Acetylcholine is the neurotransmitter used at the neuromuscular junction. In other words, the chemical that a motor neuron of the nervous system releases in order to activate muscles. Now, we can see why other options are not the right answers. Adrenaline is a hormone released into the body of someone feeling extreme emotions, which causes the person to have more energy. Estradiol is an estrogen steroid hormone and the major female sex hormone. It is involved in the regulation of estrus and menstrual female reproductive cycle. Testosterone is a primary sex hormone and anabolic steroid in males. Question number 2. What is the function of dendrite? Option A, to transmit impulses towards cell body. Option B, to transmit impulses away from the cell body. Option C, to seize the impulse transfer in the neuron. And option D, none of this. The right answer is option A, to transmit impulses towards cell body. We have already discussed about this topic in detail during the neuron section. Now let us see other options as well. Axons carry impulses away from the cell body. The impulses is stopped if an action potential cannot be generated. Question number 3. Which nerve fiber has Schwann cells? Option A, myelinated nerve fiber. Option B, non-myelinated nerve fiber. Option C, nodes of Ranvier. And option D, none of this. Answer to this question is myelinated nerve fiber. Myelinated nerve fibers are enveloped with Schwann cells, which form a myelin sheath around the axon. Now, let us see other options as well. Non-myelinated nerve fiber is enclosed by a Schwann cell that does not form a myelin sheath around the axon and is commonly found in autonomous and the somatic neural systems. The gaps between two adjacent myelin sheaths are called nodes of Ranvier. Question number 4. The nerve fiber which transmit impulses from organs to the CNS are option A, efferent fiber, option B, efferent fiber, option C, collagen fiber, option D, none of these. Answer to this question is efferent fiber. It transmits impulses from tissues or organs to the CNS. Let us see other options as well. The efferent fibers transmit regulatory impulses from the CNS to the concerned peripheral tissues or organs. Collagen fibers, they form the extracellular framework of all tissues and essential for tensile strength. As the main component of the connective tissue, it is the most abundant protein in mammals. Question number 5. The neural system responsible for relaying impulses from CNS to skeletal muscle. Option A, autonomic neural system, ANS. Option B, somatic neural system. Option C, sympathetic neural system. Option D, visceral neural system. Answer to this question is somatic neural system. It is the neural system that controls the voluntary actions in the body by transmitting impulses from CNS to skeletal muscle cells. It consists of the somatic nerves. Now, let us see other options as well. Autonomic neural system, ANS. The autonomic neural system is involved in involuntary actions like regulation of physiological functions, digestion, respiration, salivation, etc. The sympathetic system initiates fight or flight response such as increases heartbeat, muscle tensor. Visceral neural system. The visceral neural system controls the movement of visceral organs and will generate the input information from our visceral system.
Today's class is over. Now, let's move on to the doubt clearing session. For that, we welcome our panel members.
So we have some questions based on today's class, and the first question is asked by Clintu Maria from Kozhikode, and the question is, what is Nissel's granule? Could you please explain?
Clintu, that was a good question. The function of Nissel granules is thought to be the same as that of the rest of the ER and the Golgi apparatus. The manufacture and release of proteins and amino acids for intracellular use.
Thank you so much, sir. Hope the answer is clear for you. Now we can move on to the next question. The question is asked by Diya Prakash from Pattanamthitta, and the question is function of myelin sheath in myelinated nerves.
Okay, Diya. Basically, myelin is an insulating layer or a sheath that forms around the nerves. Okay, it includes those in the brain and in the spinal cord. It is made up of protein and fatty substances. This myelin sheath allows the electrical impulses to transmit quickly and efficiently along the nerve cells.
Thank you, sir. I think the explanation is clear for you. The next question is, what are the types of signals that passes through the nerve cells? And the question is by Mithun from Kottayam.
Okay, Mithun. You have to understand, neurons communicate by both electrical signals and chemical signals. The electrical signals are action potentials. They transmit information from one neuron to other. The chemical signals are neurotransmitters, which transmit the information from one neuron to the next.
Okay, sir. Mithun, hope it's clear for you. These are the questions that we got today. Thank you so much.
That was a dynamic session. We extend our gratitude to you, sir. With this, Let's wind up the class for today. Thank you.